My name is Evelyn Haoya Khaemba. I'm the Chief Executive Officer, Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi. Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi is an organization that brings together 15 groups of women and the youth in Western and Nyanza provinces. Western and Nyanza provinces has 10 counties, and Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi draws all these provinces, all these counties apart from Kisii County. Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi was formed in 2006 by these groups when they came together during a participatory reflection and review process program in Bondo, Usenge. It was organized by ActionAid International Kenya, and these are groups that were working individually by ActionAid International Kenya. So when these groups came together, they thought about the challenges facing women in Western and Nyanza provinces and how the capacities of women in Western and Nyanza provinces are still low in terms of women's rights, in terms of property acquisition, economics, social status, leadership, as compared to the women in other parts of the country. And more so, they were comparing themselves to the women at the coast and also the women in Central Kenya. So we said we should come together and form a very strong voice to agitate for women's issues and build the capacities of women, so that the capacities of women in Western and Nyanza provinces in terms of leadership, in terms of economics, can actually be enhanced. So that is how Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi came up. So we started with 13 member groups, but we have grown to 15 member groups. The main aim of Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi is to look at issues of women. These women are drawn from diverse backgrounds. We have women farmers, whereby we deal with land rights to women. We know that women are the main workers on the land, but they just remain to be workers. Apart from that, women rarely gain from the financial aspects of the land. So these are women farmers. We have women by virtue that they are widows. So we have groups that specifically address the issue of women widows. But generally we have issues of women like wife battering, that goes in Pambazuko, and we have issues of women like leadership in the community, the political leadership, and even leadership in other areas of the community, like amenities in the community, the schools, the hospitals. How do women get to the leadership cycles where decisions are made, so that these decisions are gender responsive? So far, Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi, we have been privileged to have 3 people for change personalities, 2 on a full-time day-to-day, and 1 in terms of an advisor who's been coming to us with the communities and exchanging advocacy skills on human rights-based advocacy. The first placement was in 2012 from June to February 2013, where we had Margaret Namaganda, who is a Ugandan, who was with us for 9 months. And at that time, Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi, we had a lot of challenges, especially to do with the institutional capacities. We lacked a lot of documents, institutional documents, and she actually helped us come up with documents that can even spearhead governance in the organization. Currently we have Diana Bibian, who is also building the capacities of Pambazuko in a development of proposals, that is fundraising. She's also building the capacity of Pambazuko in documentation, and not just the secretariat at the head office, but even at the group level. So far, she has been to the Voice of the Youth in Homa Bay County and Huisero Pambazuko chapter in Kakamega County. And this is an ongoing process she'll have to go through the groups and build the capacities of the groups on how to document our work and also how to mobilize the resources. The major challenge that we have had is that one is the language barrier. Although for Margaret Namaganda it was not so much because she knew a bit of Swahili. But for Krishna and Diana, we have had challenges with the language, but that is something that we are addressing. For Bibiana, in fact, she's taking Swahili lessons. And for Krishna, at least we are always there, or we translate to the community what has been passed across. The other challenge is maybe when the inspirators sometimes go out to the field, sometimes there is high expectations maybe from the community, but we have talked to the community, to our members, and they're slowly trying to understand, because Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi covers the whole of Western Nyanza provinces, all the way from Timaru in Kuria to Cheptais. So when we have an inspirator come to the head office, sometimes the community's first encounter is when they see her. So sometimes they have mixed expectations, but we explain to them, and that one is addressed. So the Secretariat of Pambazuko la Wanawake Magharibi has so far submitted 5 international proposals. One proposal was to the Children Award Fund. The other proposal was to the United Nations Vulnerability Fund to do with people living with disabilities. The third proposal was a form of a letter of interest to USAID. And then the fourth proposal was on environment issues. And the last proposal was actually to IGAD, the CSO Resource Center. So these are proposals that have been submitted by the Secretariat of Pambazuko, having been coached on proposal development by the inspirator, Diana Bibian. These proposals, we are positive that one, we shall have some funding to carry out our objectives. And two, we are positive because from developing and submitting these proposals, our capacity in proposal writing has been enhanced. So either way, we have gained, and we really appreciate ActionAid Kenya and ActionAid Denmark for this initiative.